Hi there, welcome back to Outback Stinch. Today's video is a video on the Warrington Way, a race around Warrington, which is an ultramarathon. It's approximately 40 miles, I think, give or take 41 miles. And it's essentially circumnavigates Warrington, I think in an anti-clockwise direction, starting and ending in Lymm. With a number of checkpoints. The first checkpoint about 10 miles in Horton Green. The next checkpoint, I think 21 miles, Curdley is how you say it, bold. Third checkpoint at Hatton, which is 31 miles. And then you've got approximately 9 to 10 miles in the mud, getting you back to Lymm. Run in 2015 for the first time. I think I was one of those 100 solo entrants. This year, let's have a quick look at the figures. 526 people entered it, and that's a mixture of solos, male and female. We also had relays, male and female relays, mixed relays, same-sex relays, relays of 20 miles each, and the relay teams for 10 miles each. So it really is a race that anyone can enter for any distance, especially if you've got a couple of mates and you want to just do some distance and get a feel for trail running. Really different from road races, obviously. It's run largely on the Transpennine Trail, farm tracks, a little bit of roads, but not too much. And I'd say, hand on heart, one of the best ultramarathons I've taken part in for years. As I say, I've run it on a number of occasions. Today's video is about me marshalling it. And when I say marshalling it, I'm what's called a tail runner. So I run behind the last runner and follow him or her at a discrete distance as they make their way around the course, making sure they don't go off route, and also making sure they're not injured, or if they are injured, that I can then make contact with the support team and get them off the course. So it's a great race. I'll just go through the stats quickly. The solo male finisher, I'll put this up at the end of the video, ran it in 5 hours and 4 minutes, which is a cracking time. Course record is 4 hours 50, I think, by Charlie Sharp. Top woman ran it in 5 hours 56. Awesome time that. And the relay team on the day got the fastest time. This is a 2-man relay team, and they came in 4 hours and 12 minutes. I think they ran the first 20 miles in 2 hours flat, which is cracking time. So as I say, 526 entrants. Interestingly, almost a 50-50 split between men and women, which is nice to see. Nowadays, I think it was 55% were men, 45% were women, which is great figures, really. And interestingly, 91% of the people who entered the Warrington Way actually rocked up on the day and did it, which is also really good. To have less than 10% non-attendance is excellent. Sad that people enter a race and then don't bother selling the ticket or get back to the race organised to say they're not going to turn up. However, it's still good figures. So I will now put you onto the footage. This is a footage of me largely. Obviously, I caught the race start, and then it's me talking at various clips around the course. I didn't get any footage of the last 10 miles, essentially because it got dark. And I was running with a lad who was having some injury problems, so I didn't want to film him. But he got round, so hats off to him, really. So I'll put you onto the footage, and then we'll have a quick catch up at the end of this.
Hi, mate.
Not already, bloody hell.
Okay, welcome to the Warrington Way. Just started the race. I say race, I'm marshalling today, so I'm doing the full 40, but I'm running behind the slowest runner, or the last runner, throughout the course of the day, and also picking up the Warrington Way tags from the course. Cracking little race, the Warrington Way, 40 miler. Doesn't sound massively interesting when you look at it on paper, running around Warrington, but in fact you hardly ever see any built up area. It's all on the Trans-Pennine Trail, just for a look, and essentially tons of it. Essentially tons of the Warrington Way is essentially this Trans-Pennine Trail. Lovely surface to run on for the first 10 miles. After that it becomes a little bit more muddy, and then the final 10 miles just horrendous, just a mud bath. This year the course is held up really well apparently, so I guess it's going to be largely decent underfoot. Top runners will go through, I think the course record is 4 hours 50 by Charlie Sharp. I ran it in just under 6:30, but there's runners here. The winner will come in around about 5 hours 20, I'd have thought. Good course, good field. First mile split. Wow, 13 minutes 50. Whew. So I hope I can keep up with this. I'll come in throughout the course of the morning and just explain what's going on, but really this is my day, running behind the slowest runners or the last runners and just picking up the tags for 40 miles. Good aerobic training for me. I will break into a run at some point, try and catch them so I can at least see the last person and keep them in sight. The primary role there is safety, from making sure that runners aren't lost, which is quite common. It's a well marked course, but there's always that possibility that people just go off track. They get tired, the head drops, and then they're going to look for the distinctive bright pink tags. It's just how it goes, I guess. So I will tune in to you during the course of the morning. Okay, so we're 3 miles in. Sorry, 2.8 miles in. I don't know if you can see this. So I think I've caught the first of the can you see this? Not too sure if he's in the Warrington Way or not, to be honest. Or he could just be out for a run, but he's limping, which isn't a great sign. It's 2.8 miles. So I may try and catch him up and make sure he's okay. And then I'll back off. I don't want to ruin his day of pain and misery. This is the only road section really on the course. It's not too bad, but it's just a little bit miserable. Okay then, so we're on mile 3.6. Starting to get a little bit muddy underfoot, albeit this is probably the best section. I've deliberately worn old trainers today because I'm not exactly racing this, and they're going to get trashed anyway at the end of it. However, the downside with the old trainers is there's no grip on them. So I'm now doing an ultra race in the mud with trainers with no grip. Apart from that, it's going quite well. Definitely caught up with the last couple of runners. He has got a limp and he keeps on stopping. So I don't know. I will at some point get up closer and just make sure he's okay. But he's gone past a couple of marshals, so if he wanted to tag out, he could quite easily have done so. So I'll just keep an eye on him. There's a couple of, I think the ladies slightly ahead of him. They're keeping up a steady pace. Looks like they're averaging around about 13-minute miles. So it's not walking pace, but it's not exactly flat out either. But not a bad strategy to have when you've got 40 miles ahead of you in the mud. See, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, there's a fair old group of them here. I'm just hoping really that they hold this pace, which will get us around nicely for, I'd say, about 11.5 hours. This race has got a cut-off of 12 hours. I believe the last checkpoint is at 4:30, the cut-off, which gives you 3 hours then to get back for the last section. The last section is barely 9 miles, but it is muddy as fuck. So not a great section, to be honest. I hate it. However, 3 hours is doable, even if you're walking, which I suspect if this group here are on doing the full 40, then we're going to be walking for a lot of this day. However, apart from that, it's going quite well, I think. Lovely weather. Apparently thunderstorms forecast for the rest of the week, Sunday onwards, so we have touched lucky with the weather, which is great. I've done this race quite a few times. My first year ever, it was just a mud bath. It rained all day and it was horrendous. However, it's days like today, it's absolutely lovely, as you can see. So I'm going to put this away for a while now, catch up with this group, make sure they're okay, and then tune in with you later. Ooh. Okay, we are now in the middle of nowhere, effectively. Let's see if I can just spin. For those who know the course, I'm in between checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2. I'm at 14 miles, going quite well. There's a couple of people ahead of me. The lad that I was stalking earlier, he's unfortunately pulled out. He had a cartilage operation 9 months ago, and he's chosen to come back and walk and run this 40-mile ultra in the mud. Quite rightly, he's pulled out after he's tweaked his knee already, and that was on the road. The course is quite decent. As you can see the mud here. So the mud is it's virtually non-existent. I haven't seen the fields here this good for a long time. I'm probably about half a mile behind now. The next two, they appear to be walking and running, but keeping a decent pace. So we should make the cut-off quite easily, I think, for checkpoint 2, which is another 6 miles off. Going quite well. As you can see, plenty of tags. It's really well marked, this course. I spoke to Kieran earlier. I think Kieran put the first 20 out and Chris put the second 20 out. Hang on a minute. I say it's really well marked, I just can't get the things off. Just talk amongst yourselves. Jesus. Okay. Oh, man. Right. So yeah, it's going well. One of the reasons I'm doing this ultra, marshalling to be honest, is just to get the mileage up. This will be my first week now of 70 mile per week. Feels great, albeit the 40 I'm doing today, I probably won't even touch 15-minute miles, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess it's still time on your feet, aerobic training. For me, it's about really just trying to get comfortable with what I might be wearing in Australia. The shorts are spot on there. I'll definitely be keeping those. I've swapped to Ultra Escalante for footwear. Certainly not ideal for today's course. However, it's something I'll probably be looking at in Australia, given that it's more road or hard trail. And it's a zero drop trainer, which for me works great. I've always enjoyed that sort of minimalist sort of setup on trainers. I do plenty of calf raises, etc., just to try and keep the strength in my feet and the calf. So I think I'll be using the zero drop for the actual race, but I'm toying with the idea of jumping into some alpha flies for the last 10-15 miles when I'm really beaten up and tired at the end of each day. I think psychologically that might also help me. But today, testing the shorts is spot on. Some gels which I'll be taking later, but I'm barely breaking a sweat, if I'm being honest. So from a car point of view, I'm not exactly under any sort of pressure. That said, I'll be doing 40 miles today in around about 12 hours. I'm looking at doing 12 hours in Australia, albeit day after day, but this pace feels really decent and quite calm. So without further ado, I will dial in with you later. Okay then, we're now at mile 19.9, so 20 miles. We're about a mile from checkpoint 2. Just had a quick look at the WhatsApp group. Tons of people have started to drop out at checkpoint 2. I'm currently behind 4 people. I don't know if you can see these. I'll just switch. You might not be able to see them. 4 people, and I think these are the tail runners, which they're doing quite well actually. They all seem to be just jogging along quite nicely. Awesome scenery, awesome day. Look at it. Warrington. So the trail has been absolutely brilliant, really. I haven't seen it this good for years, which is refreshing. Legs a little bit sore, but apart from that, going quite well. That was my 20th mile. That mile was at 15:48, so we're not exactly breaking land speed records here. However, they are ticking along quite nicely. 2 of them look like they're struggling, and 2 seem to be just pushing them along. Whether they all decide to check out at checkpoint 2 or carry on, I'm not so sure. If they do check out, DNF, sorry, the issue that I have then is trying to catch up with the next group of slower runners, somewhere probably up to 5 miles ahead of me. So that tends to be then the awkward bit here, where you end up having to like put a good few hard miles in just to try and catch up with the next runners. Still collecting my little tags, going well. Footwear is good. Definitely going to be looking at the ultra Escalantes or races for Australia. I do need to have a second pair, I think, at some point. An alternative pair. I think I'll end up getting through about 4 pairs of trainers, maybe 5 pairs. I need to reach out to Ned Brockman, Chris Turnbull, William Gooch, people like that who have actually done it, and just see how many pairs of trainers they actually got through. No idea, but probably I'd have thought 4 or 5 pairs easy. Right, I'll put this down, try and catch up with these 4 ahead of me, and dial into you later. Bye. Okay, back with you. We just left checkpoint 2. We spent 30 minutes there. No wonder people take so long on races. 30 minutes to that checkpoint, 15-20 minutes to the checkpoint before. There's only 3 checkpoints in the race. You're losing an hour and a half easy on a course like this, which is absolutely lovely today. This is the canal, little ducks, all good stuff. The guy, I thought I was running. I thought I was following the slowest runner. It turns out that there's been a runner ahead somewhere who's got himself lost. He came in just as I was about to leave, thinking I was behind the slowest runners. And he's been completely lost. He's got blisters all over his feet. He got lost just after checkpoint 1. I've never seen the guy in my life, so God knows, he must have been quite a way ahead before he got lost. And now I'm now following him. He's limping, and he's not in a great way, but hopefully he'll get the course done. So all good. Just picking up more signs, and this is probably the fastest part of the course, of this stretch here. Hang on a second. The canal stretch, which is lovely. It's probably the fastest part of this course. Between checkpoint 2 and 3, I think it's a cracking little course, this, and it gets faster and faster, this part, and then we go on to the Trans-Pennine Trail. Great day for it, absolutely perfect. Got some people ahead of me. I don't want to talk on camera because I'm still massively self-conscious. I'll see you shortly. Okay, we're just at mile 26. Been running now for 18 Start again. Mile 26, been running now for 6 hours 35 minutes. The runner that I'm just tracking is struggling again with his blisters, so it could be a bit of a long finish, this one, I think. This is probably my favourite stretch of this course. It's the marathon distance at this point, and it is just lovely. Superb weather, superb underfoot, great day really. Everyone seems to be fairly happy and doing quite well. From a personal point of view, nutrition, I haven't really eaten that much really. Carbs are a little bit low. I've just probably tucked into some rice pudding, which seems to be my go-to meal of choice for any sort of distance running. Hydration is fine. It's actually fairly warm. I'm sweating quite a bit, or have been, but there's a lot of stops, especially for these things. Driving me absolutely mad picking these things up. Apart from that, all good. Enjoy myself, that's the main thing, I guess. And now I'm just waffling to the camera, so I will tune out. The rice pudding, which is my go-to sort of meal, just dead easy to swallow and deal with, rather than anything heavy. It doesn't upset the stomach, and I think it's about 30 grams of carbs per pot, so it's almost like a gel. I've got a few gels which I haven't taken yet. I'm trying not to be honest, because they do upset me at times, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. So without further ado, I will sign off and catch up later. I'll just leave you with Okay, and so that was the Warrington Way video. The only information that I missed off at the start of this was the pricing strategy, which is really, really good. You won't find many races really which operate on. It's £35 for a solo entry, £45 for a relay team of 2, and £55 for a relay team of 4, which is a great value. Nowadays, you see races. I entered the 10k, and I think that was £40 for a 10k race, not that long ago. And all I'm doing is running around Tatton Park. So genuinely great value race, great day out, and definitely worth considering. It's organised by Lim Runners. Kieran Walsh is the lead organiser, and Chris Lees, I think. Great event, nice people, nice club, and hand on heart, I can't really say anything negative about the race. Good marshalling on the day, good waymarking, and certainly worth considering. The only thing I'd say about the Warrington Way, with quite a few years of experience of running it and being a marshal on it, is that it's worth trying to recce it if you can, rather than turning up on the day and relying on the GPX file. The watch will get you around, I guarantee it, but there's times when you're looking at a field and just wondering, where is this path? And your watch may be giving you a slightly different direction to the more obvious route, which you'll have established had you recce'd it in the first place. However, that's just an aside. In terms of how it went for myself, obviously I'm looking at running across Australia next year. For me, quite positive really. I felt that I ran 40 miles last week. I got up the following day, ran another 10 miles, no problems at all, no stiffness in the legs, no issues. And I'm hoping now to start bouncing my mileage up to 70 plus miles per week. So nutrition worked for me. I used rice puddings and gels, and I also took some food from checkpoints. The way I'm structuring or hoping to structure Australia will be stopping every either 10k or 10 miles, depending on the location, and taking some sort of carb source in at that point. But I'm not going to be running much faster than the sort of pace that I held for the Warrington Way. I'm just hoping to be running 50 miles to 60 miles per day, but obviously doing that day in and day out. and dealing with injuries, strains, pulls, blisters, and those sort of things. The trainers were good, not suitable for the Warrington Way. I would suggest that if you are looking at entering this race, you do invest in some trail shoes. The mud this year was virtually non-existent. Even the last 10 miles, the last stage, wasn't too bad at all. However, on the bad year, you are literally knee-deep in mud. I appreciate that like trail shoes aren't going to help you in that sort of mud, but they will certainly give you a massive advantage in some of the paths and trails that you do take during that 40-mile run. Apart from that, turn up in some good all-weather gear, or at least have that to hand. You'll notice at the start that a lot of the footage there, the runs were in just singlets and shorts. Certainly if you're a relay, you're not going to run into that many problems in winter in Warrington in shorts and a t-shirt at all. It's a well-marked course. There's plenty of marshals nearby. You're not gonna struggle. But if you are looking at doing the full 40, you do need to be prepared for a day out in the rain and wind in the UK at this time of year. So all in all, cracking race. Why not enter it?